Hello, reporting live. Week 2 of the Artist Way. Um, I have this little mic because I have my fan blowing, and I'm recording off my MacBook, and this shit is from like 2019, seventh grade MacBook me. I'm about to be a junior in college. It's 2025. Um, so it was gonna pick up that. It was gonna pick up that, and I realized that I had these mics for like 2 months now, probably over 2 months, like 4 months. And I just put them in my drawer and I was like, let me see if they work. So I did a test run and it worked, but then I had to unplug it to hear it because it wouldn't, it was all of that. So I plugged it back in. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying and you can hear me. Anyways, week 2 of the Artist Way. I don't want to do it long. I know last week I said, oh, again, me saying last week talking to y'all, I have 2 views on that video. Anyways, I'm talking to me. I'm talking to fucking me. Anyways, um, last week I was like, I don't want to make this a long video. It ended up being 20 minutes. I don't make no sense. Anyways, um, so yeah, week 2 of the Artist Way. And the title for this week was, let me find it. Title for this week was Recovering a Sense of Identity. And for this week, I did a lot of highlighting. I did a lot of highlighting. Maybe not on that first page, but I definitely, throughout the chapter, I definitely did. And I'm just gonna go over a few of the things I've highlighted and why, and try not to ramble that much, but still, so you understand what I'm saying. Um, the first thing is from the Going Sane, like the little subtitle, the Going Sane subtitle, that little section of writing, and it says, where am I at? Oh, right there. It says, "Do not let your self doubt turn into self sabotage." And then up another paragraph, it says, "Buying into them enables us to remain stuck and victimized." I think I highlighted that because yes, I do tend, um, I let my self doubt really really seep in, and I become stuck. I become as if let me think of how I can word this so like it makes sense. It don't really need to make sense because it's for me. Anyways, I overthink so much that it's like a circle. Like I'm like I shouldn't do this. No, but maybe I should. Like it sounds like a good idea, but what if it turns into the worst idea in the world? What if it turns into the worst idea in the world and it ruins my life? What if it ruins my life and I fucking become homeless and fucking like no one loves me and I fucking ruin everything? Maybe I just shouldn't do it. And like it becomes like a circle and it's like I overthink so much. I self sabotage, and so that's why I'm saying all this to say I agree with that wholeheartedly, and it's just like that really did. That was one of the ones for me. I was just like, okay, bitch, you're speaking. Um, and then it went into poisonous playmates and just toxic friends. My friends right now are amazing. I've had the same friends since sixth and seventh grade. Met some new friends in college. They're amazing. Um, and they always are so supportive of my stuff. When I was highlighting for this one, I never really thought of them, but I do want to put myself out there more and make new friends and not just not rely on my friends I have now, but like I'm turning 21 soon and I want to make new friends and go out places and do all this stuff, but I have to remember these things because just because my friends that I know don't do it doesn't mean other people won't, and so it was just like a reminder for me, like these people exist and these are the signs for it, and if you see a red flag, nip it in the bud. That's basically what those were for. Let's see, poisonous playmates still. Oh, this one right here, sorry, mike's all over the place. This right here, let me see what the subtitle for this one was. Oh, I don't think it had a subtitle for this one. This right here, it says, "We need to trust the great creator and move in faith. The great creator has gifted us with creativity. Our gift back is our use of it." That I highlighted because I never felt so inclined to something like I did when I fucking read that. Like it smacked me in the face. The reason I say this is because I feel like I've experienced this firsthand because God has given us so much. God has given us the ability to sing, to dance, to move. He's given me my creativity, my talent, and the ability to do something, and the ability to chase my dreams, and a supporting family, and the internet, like the age I live in now, like everything's at my fingertips. And for a long time, I chose to sit here in fear and stuck. But at night, I was crying and begging God to please help me. Please let me get my dreams. Please help me. Please help me accomplish something I want to accomplish so bad. But I would get up in the morning and not do anything about it. I would get up in the morning and still do the same thing I was doing, and then at night cry and ask God for some more stuff when I'm not putting in any work. And it just felt like I was begging and begging and not putting any work. And I realized there's like a saying that goes with that, but I can't think of this right now. But once I started um, doing stuff for myself and started, trying to help myself before asking for anything, before begging for anything, before crying and saying, God, please give me this, God, please give me that. I was getting up and trying to do stuff for myself. Um, God started to meet me halfway. I started to meet him halfway. It's like we started to work together as a team instead of me just having my hand out all the time. I'm sure there's a better way to articulate this, but this is just, how I'm thinking of it right now in the moment. Like for example, like for the longest time, well, in August of last year, I couldn't go to school because I couldn't afford it. I had to take this year off and work. And this scholarship had come across, they had sent me the scholarship, and I completely ignored it last year. I was like, I'm not doing that. Whatever. It was a scholarship. It was a vocal scholarship. And I was like, no, because I was so scared that I wouldn't get it, even though if I don't get it, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm in the same boat that you would have been in if you know what I'm saying? Sorry, excuse me. Um, so I just ignored it, and then I ended up having to have needed that money, so I couldn't go to school. So it was just like, I was asked out. This year, I worked. I found a job. Also, that summer, I had gotten off. I had transferred schools, so I had left the first school early, and I didn't get a job. I didn't look for a job. I didn't do anything. Basically, just a lazy bum. But I was asking God for everything, and it wasn't happening because I wasn't doing anything to. I wasn't trying to meet him. I wasn't trying to take steps in the right direction. I was standing there and expecting him to do the work for me, to just pick me up and drag and drop me off at my goal without taking the steps forward towards it. And so, I didn't do anything, and then all of this happened. Couldn't go to school, couldn't find a job. Then this year, found a job, love my job, love my job. My job is great. Um, then the scholarship program that I had ignored last year came across my desk again. And I had found the courage to audition for it. I auditioned for it. I auditioned for two of them. I auditioned for the singing portion and the writing portion. And I'd sent those in. And that was around the same time that I started to write my original songs. I would find a beat off of YouTube, and I would go into GarageBand or BandLab and sing on it and produce it, and all of those things. And that was around the same time that I started posting them on. I probably posted my first song. I think I posted Hold On um like a few months before I sent this audition. So I was like in the momentum of, trusting my creativity and really putting myself out there creatively for what I wanted to do, right? And so I promise this has a story. I'm just ranting right now, but I promise this has a meaning. So this was around that same time, and then I sent the audition video in, and I got it. I got the scholarships. I got both of them. And so I have $4,000 worth of scholarships. I can now afford to go to school for what I want to do. Um, I have my music out. I'm putting out new music. People are liking it. It's getting, you know, last video got like 1,000 views. Like that may be nothing compared to some people, but to me, that's like 1,000 people watched me, like 1,000, even if it's the same 36 people, just they just watched it, 1,000 times. Like that means you liked it that much that you watched it that much. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like once I started to take, even if it's baby steps, once I started to take little steps and to test out the waters, God was like, okay, you're taking the steps, you're trying to clear the path yourself. Let me help you help yourself. Like no one wants to help anyone who's just standing there complaining, not doing anything about it. You know what I'm trying to say? And that was me for the longest time. I wasn't doing anything about my situation, but I was complaining the fucking I would come home and cry to God about why the fuck my life was like this when I wasn't doing anything to change it. And once I started to take the steps to change it, God was meeting me with the blessings I was once crying about. I was once begging for. He is gifting them to me in ways that I can't even describe because I'm helping myself, because I want it for myself. I'm getting up and doing it, and he's helping me get to it. And he's he's clearing. I'm walking, and he's helping me clear the path instead of me standing in one place, him picking me up and just dropping me at the finish line like I had expected. No, he's just helping me move through life and get there so I can get there on my own. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what that little thing meant to me. And so when I saw that, I really highlighted that a lot, and I rewrote it down just so I can have that as an affirmation, because God has blessed us with so many things, and it'll be such a waste to just, like, that one Gerard Carmichael thing from Tyler the Creator's album, and it's like, I hate wasted potential. Yes, like, and that's what just sitting there complaining is wasted potential, because I was expecting someone else to come and do all the hard work for me, and that's just not real life. And yeah, I don't know if that made sense to you, but it made sense for me, and I'm just gonna go with it because, again, this is for me. Anyways, so yeah, I did that, and then let's see what else I highlighted. Um, the crazy makers. I don't know any crazy makers in my life. I probably did once upon a time, but I kind of just let it go. Don't mind my hair; it looks a mess, but actually, no, I'm focusing on not talking down on myself. So you're gonna get what you're gonna get because I'm a baddie. Period. Next one that I highlighted a lot was the skepticism portion, and it was just like, what was it? Oh, it was the skepticism. We need to stop doing that and explore them instead. The secret doubt. Just the doubt of yourself, and when something goes right, you're expecting the other shoe to drop. That's me 1,000%. Whenever something goes right, I'm like, that's me right now. Like, I'm trying so hard not to be like, okay, but what's the catch? Like, I got the scholarship. I have a great job I love. I'm putting out the music I love. I'm focusing. I have a goal. This is like my goal to finish this. I'm on the track for it. And I'm just like, okay, what's happening? And I'm doubting it so much. I'm doubting the good so much that it's like, it's making me not enjoy it. And I don't want to do that. And so when I saw this, I was like, this is 100% real, because it talks about the story where the guy wants to be a filmmaker, and he applies to film school, he gets in, but then he drops out because he thinks he should get a real job or whatever, and he ends up still doing it, but he made it so much more difficult than the universe or God or whoever you believe in intended. Like, he made it so much more difficult because he let himself ruin it. Like, he was his own worst enemy. Everything was working for him, but the idea that this can't be all of this can't be that good. Like, I'm not worthy of all of this goodness happening to me. There has to be a catch. That was his downfall. And like I said, I overthink. It's like I think in a circle, and I don't ever want it to get past this. I don't want to ever to get past, oh, this will be great. Instead of, oh, but how great would it be if I did this? And then what if this happened? Then I'll fail. And then if I fail, like, I don't need it to go to that half. I don't need to go turning down. I need to just go up, stay up, and that's it. Hold up. My alarm just rang. Anyways, yeah, that's how it went. Um, then what's another thing? Oh, the paying attention. The attention is the way to connect and survive. Survival lies in sanity, and sanity lies in paying attention. The quality of life is in proportion always to the capacity of delight. The capacity of delight is a gift, and paying is the gift of paying attention. Paying attention, it just gave me, like, having to stay in the moment, like, never look, because look, this part right here, it says, when the future is too terrifying to contemplate and the past is too painful to remember, I have learned to pay attention to the right now. And that's what the paying attention was for me. Like, I have OCD, so I'm always thinking about, and I have a problem with differentiating, like, my um my gut feeling and my OCD. And that's really why I went into this journey, because I want to have trust in my gut and trust my creativity, trust my gut. But I never know what's, you know, the crazy voice and what's the me, the real me, you know? So that's just a journey that I have to go on. But when focusing on the right now, I, I live so much in the past. I'm like, oh, that was so great. That happened so great. I always be like, oh, I should have cherished that in a moment back then, when I'm literally not cherishing my moment right now because I'm worried about the back then. Or I think so, I cause myself to go into a panic attack about the future that I can't control, when all I can control is right now. And as duh and in your face as that seems, it really like needs to be spelled out for me. Like I have to remind myself daily, only worry about the things you can control. I have no control over what happens tomorrow. I have no control over what. It's okay to have a plan. It's okay to have dreams and goals and aspirations and the plans of what you want to do. But in order for tomorrow to even happen, you have to go through right now. And in the right now, the only thing you can do is be the best version of yourself. And that's with the way to be the best version of yourself is to have all of you there in the present and not worrying about tomorrow or yesterday or, oh, this happened, this happened. No, what's happening right now? And then we could worry about, okay, what about the next day and the day after that and the day after that. But until we're good with right now and how to handle right now, there's no need for me to be overthinking what will happen because today hasn't even finished yet. You know what I'm saying? So that was just what was crazy about that. Now I'm going to go into the week 2 assignment and the check-in because it's already 16 minutes. So the week 2 assignment was this. It was the 10 tiny challenges, and I'm just gonna speed past them unless I have to, um, like dig deep, but I don't really think I do. It says I would like to clean my room once a week. I think that cleaning my room is, clean room, clean mind, clean spirit, clean. I cleaned it and it's already a mess again, so I need to clean it again. So that was just the first thing on my mind. I want to make something regarding music once a week, and that's not that I have to post once a week. I do want to post more frequently, maybe like twice a month. Um, but I do want to make something with music once a week, whether that's an original song, a cover, whatever. I want to expand my portfolio and just have music prepared and in a certain place, and actually perform on my computer or record it. Have it ready and set to go for whatever the case may be. I would like to write something daily besides morning pages. Um, I write a lot of morning pages. I get into that in the check-ins, like how I think, my morning pages suck ass, but my computer's glitching right now. Anyways, I think my morning pages suck, but I want to write something more than morning pages, like whether a poem a day, a story a day, a song a day. Just I want to write something a day. I would like to take learning guitar seriously and retain it. I want to I learned songs, I learned this and that, but I actually want to learn guitar. Next one was I want to take learning piano seriously and retain it. I know songs, I want to learn piano, and retain it because I took a piano lesson in class and in college, and I literally don't remember shit from it. Like I want to retain it. I want to have it with me. Um, I would like to go on a walk at least for 10 minutes a day. I want to go on a 10-minute walk daily. I just think it would improve my way of living, improve my stamina. Um, yeah, health as well. I would like to just hang outside at the park once a week. There's a cute little park near my house. It's like in a back road, and I think it's the cutest thing. And I drove past it the other day, and I was like, I want to go there, but I didn't pull over, and I don't know why, because I had nothing to do. But I that was the first thing I thought of too, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to just pull over, sit in the park, whether it was color, draw, whatever the case may be, sit there, go for a walk, whatever the case may be. Um, I would like to eat healthier. I would like to post on YouTube more. I want to post more. I'm not in just and not just artist way content. I just want to post about anything. I would go to the park and record it. Like just things for me so I can look back on and see. I would like to take myself out on a solo date. Again, it could be just to hang in the park or take myself out to eat or just things so I'm comfortable with myself. I'm by myself a lot, but I'm usually by myself in closed spaces, like I'm in my room or in the car, or I'm doing stuff that's not interacting with people or out in the open. And I want to be more out in the open besides the weekly artist day. I want to do something other than the weekly artist day. And those are my 10 things, my 10 tiny challenges for the week 2 check-in. The 7 out of 7, I did 7 out of 7 morning pages. I did one every single day. Some days it had to be done on my phone because I was running late, but it did get transferred to the journal, so they did, happen. But sadly, I do think that they all are starting to sound the same, and I'm having a hard time seeing how, this is helping me. I'm very pessimistic, I know, but I'm having a hard time like seeing the bright side of this thing because I wake up every morning and I just feel like I'm writing the same thing down, which is why a lot of my 10 challenges is me getting out more and actually doing stuff because I feel like if I get out and do stuff more, I have more stuff to write about. And all of them right now are just about me being tired and having to go to work. Like that's literally all they're about. And it's like, the author said that, you'll get inspired. Haven't went back and read any of them. I'm just going off of what I remember writing about. But the artist says that, people found a lot of inspiration and, wrote their bestseller novels from here and, wrote, had their best art pieces from these morning pages. And I'm just like, bitch, am I broken? Like, what's the, like, I feel like all my pages are sounding the same. And I'm just having a hard time believing that these are like helping me be more creative. I understand like getting your thoughts out, but like all my thoughts are the same, I feel like. And I'm gonna still keep doing them. I'm gonna keep doing these morning pages, baby. But I'm having a hard time thinking how these are helping me. And I hope that when I at the end of this journey and I look back that I prove myself wrong and these actually do help me. But for right now I'm not really seeing it, but I'm gonna keep pushing through the fog and hopefully I see the light. Yes, I did go on an artist date. I went to Five Below and got myself a new pack of pens and stickers. Just because I want to congratulate myself on, keep doing these artist pages. Like I said, it's been hard for me to keep going because I think they all sound the same. So a little sticker for when I do it, just to hype me up. And I also went to the Apple Store and got myself new headphones, new wire headphones. But that was mainly for me getting the two scholarships. And then my main issue this week was time management. Like I said, I had to do some on my phone, but yeah, just time management. I just want to pick up the pace and um, time management with the writing and the reading because I was a little late on the readings this week, but they got done. Trust, they got done. And yeah, just that, and then just trusting the process. Just that's my main issue. Just trusting the process, especially with the morning pages, because it's just like I just feel like I'm living the same life, fucking the same day over and over. But that's why we're gonna do more stuff and put myself out there more and all that. So yeah, that was the end of my week 2 recap. I really do these videos for me because I want to see how I am at the end of this journey. And if you're watching this, if it happens to come across your video and you have 22 minutes to spare, I would suggest getting the book and going along with this journey with me and coming back and watching my videos and record yourself doing it. Like, it's fun to just talk to yourself and talk about what you're feeling. Especially when you only have like 2 subscribers, like you have nothing to lose. Excuse me, you have nothing to lose, so do it. That's just what I'm living by. So yeah, that was my week 2. I'll see you guys week 3, or I'll post a video before that. But definitely we'll see you guys at week 3. If I don't post a video of me going to the park or something before that. Anyways, again, another no edit, no nothing, no cuts. Just real deal spiel, you know. My lips look chapped. Fuck. Oh my god. Um anyways, yeah. See ya.